No, and
Yeah.
but you had a trading group, right? You had a Discord. I guess it was, and you just kind of dumped it all, and I think that's really impressive. Like, even though it was sort of working in your favor. You had like 35. You had 35,000 subs. You had people probably
We did.
following your trades,
Yeah.
and you're like, this is the better thing, and I'm gonna go to what's good. I think that really speaks to your character. Why don't you speak on that a little bit?
Yeah, if I can hover on that for a second. So I don't think a lot of people know this. I haven't spoken about this much, but I actually got a lot of pushback from my Discord members, from a VIP Discord group, from my YouTube channel, because what we were doing with the YouTube channel is we were always talking about the new low cap gem of the week. What's the newest thing? What's the newest narrative? I mean, we spoke about VeChain, different kind of DeFi things. Thankfully, I didn't find the NFT ecosystem in the metaverse ecosystem too attractive. I saw it was such a short-term pump and dump thing. It was so obvious. I never really quite delved into that. But because I'd kind of accumulated an audience that was so used to the idea of trying to find what's the newest hot thing this week, this month, that once I found the thing that could be relied upon long-term to get those high returns with also the combination of longevity, and I started sharing that, because people were so used to finding this new thing, a lot of people, I think, rejected the new direction I went in. And I was very confused because for me, the whole point of trying to find the new low cap gem of the week was to try and find the needle in the haystack, the hex, the thing that could do a 10,000x and probably do pretty well long term, outperform the majority of the market and have longevity. That's what I was trying to do that whole time, in basically 2 years of trying to, find the new local gem of the week. What's this low market cap gem, that kind of thing. And so once I'd finally found that, I had trouble communicating that because people were used to just the new monthly thing. And it was very funny, man, because I did lose a lot of followers in the Discord and the channel, and we stopped growing. But frankly, I was okay with that because I knew that at the end of the day, what was most important was my own financial freedom, but also helping other people try and do something similar. I knew that given enough time, this ecosystem would outperform the vast majority of the rest of the market, and I'd be vindicated in the end. And so that was far more important than just continuing to make these videos that and just continue talking about subpar opportunities. Like, I had a very difficult time rationalizing how to continue speaking about opportunities that I knew were subpar, but because I'd kind of crafted a channel with that expectation, once I made an abrupt change, it was kind of hard to communicate that.
Yeah, no, totally. And I think that a lot of big influencers, meaning influencers with like millions of followers or hundreds of thousands, are finding themselves in that same predicament, and they're not choosing the path that you chose, I guess, because it takes a lot of courage. Because like and we see this with Brendan real time, because people wonder why all these influencers are always clickbaiting. They're always saying what's good. What, like, when Bitcoin goes up, they're all like, oh my gosh, Bitcoin's going to 100,000, or new low cap gem, and it's always crappy.
It's the
like
algorithm.
It's like, yeah, it works for influencers. It doesn't work for their followers, because it doesn't get them good content, high quality content, but it does work for influencers. And when influencers have something going and something working for them, it's like, why should we change the business model?
Yeah, and I can't blame them too, man. Like, if you look at guys like BitBoy Crypto, he has a family. So like for him, what matters to a guy like BitBoy Crypto? People getting mad at him on Twitter, or being able to put money on the table for his family, feed his family, send his kids to college. Like, for BitBoy Crypto, I understand. I would shill everything under the moon and take all the hate in the world. And he has a recent sponsor with like stake.com, which is like a gambling thing.
Oh yeah, he has
which is so funny because like learned absolutely nothing with all these things that have like wrecked his audience before. Now he's shilling gambling. But from his perspective, I get it, because what's the risk with doing that? Yeah, people are going to call you out on the internet. But the pros is that, hey, my family gets to live a good life. So I understand from his point of view why he would do it. I understand why Carl from the Moon does those cringeworthy O faces and Shill's Bybit links, because those Bybit links, I'm telling you guys, me and Messin, we had so many conversations of like, guys, like behind the scenes, I'm happy to talk about this. We're like, let's just sell out. Like if we sold out, we would make so much money. Because dude, we were doing TA for the longest time. We could have so easily sold out.
Yeah.
And for a time we had those links, but we weren't kind of shilling them hard. We were trying to be nuanced. But we could have gone in that direction of just like, hey, let's sell. Let's sell out, make a shit ton of money, but we just couldn't bring ourselves to do it. And in fact, it was one time where there was a massive liquidation event, and there's this one website called Bybit, not the leverage trading website, but it's an aggregator. I'm not sure if it's still out yet, but it shows you where the majority of liquidations come from during major liquidity events. And we went to look, and it was all Bybit. So it's like all where the retail investors went. So we were just like feeding our audience to the wolves.
Yeah.
They were obviously losing money. It's incredibly difficult to be a successful high frequency day trader. And you throw in leverage into that mix. Oh my God, it is so incredibly difficult. It's not impossible. And this is a very important piece of nuance where I think a lot of hexagons throw the baby out with the bathwater in a sense where they say because trading is bad, we shouldn't focus on TA. No. TA can be very helpful for kind of understanding when might be a unoptimal time and a more optimal time to accumulate. So TA is very helpful, but participating in a very high risk activity like high frequency day trading plus leverage is a bad risk to reward ratio. Buying and hodling something that is undervalued with product market fit long term is a much better risk to reward ratio, which is why I chose to do this. But that's not to say that there isn't. It's impossible to make money trading. I just think it's a much better risk reward ratio, being far more selective, focusing on essentially long-term swing trading and long-term hodling is a much better approach.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please hit the like button and subscribe. For weekly meetings, courses, and to access my Discord, consider becoming a Patreon. If you're looking for a more personal experience, consider booking a one-on-one. All links are in the description.